Morning everybody, welcome back to another video, and this one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be testing out all the hypercars. So just a little background. I don't race the hypercars in iRacing. I went from iRacing to Project Motor Racing. I did the same test. When I came to LMU, I got my gold license about 10 days ago, which means I can now race the hypercars. So I've only been driving the Aston Martin for two reasons. A, because when I drove it or tested it in Project Motor Racing, I found it to be extremely stable, and also there's no electrical energy. It's a straight combustion engine, so I try to keep it simple. So over the last 10 days, in my first race, I came last. My brakes were a problem. I fixed my brakes. I got used to the car. Then I started getting better. Then on Friday, I actually got a fourth, and then yesterday I actually got a second. I also wasn't too sure if the WEC experience was a fixed setup or an open setup. I thought it was a fix. It turns out it was open. Yesterday, I also got to the point where I started tweaking the AR blades and the steering rack. So over the last 10 days, I've been getting used to driving the Aston Martin. I've been just adjusting to it, the speed, the braking points. So my results have been improving as well, to the point where I got a fourth and a second. So now it's time to actually look at them and see which one I like driving the most. So we're going to be doing our test at Imola for a number of reasons. I obviously know the circuit really well. Also, it's got a long high-speed straight. It's got high-speed corners, it's got slow-speed corners, it's got a high-speed chicane, it's got a slow-speed chicane, you ride the bumps, it's got uphills, it's got downhills, so it's a perfect track to actually test. So here we are, we're in the Aston Martin. We're going to do, I think, probably 5 laps, and then we're going to have a look at our lap time, and then we're going to try the other hypercars. We're going to use a stock standard setup. This is just for me to just get a feel of the hypercars and to see which ones I enjoy riding the most and which ones I feel most comfortable in and which ones I feel that I'm going to be driving going forward. I'm probably going to choose 2 because not all hypercars are the same at all circuits. So I am probably going to choose 2. I'm starting off with the Aston Martin just to get a reference, because I know the car and I know the track, and then we will obviously test a few other ones and let's see how we go. So if you are new to my channel, welcome, and please consider liking and subscribing. If you are returning, thank you for watching. Let's go. Let's see how we do. The plan here is to just do 5 laps, to set a time, to get a feel for the car, the track, and then just to compare the other cars and just to see which ones I like the most. So let's go. Let's go. So this is just a stock standard setup. Obviously we have to, I'm not going to be making any changes. The reason why I'm doing this test now is because from now on I am going to start making changes. Okay, well, sorry, I was just talking and stuff like that. Let's just go back. Okay, let's go back. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's just change the tires. Okay, medium, new, medium, new, medium, new. Sorry. Okay. What is the temperature? Oh, it's actually quite cold, that's why. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so historically I don't drive Porsche. If I got time I will test the Porsche, but it's not going to be one of the cars that I'm particularly interested in testing, to be honest. Why is this like this? Why is it so... It's very strange. Okay, clearly we've got to be extremely careful. Okay, I guess rather learn this now than later. So we've obviously got to be very cautious. I don't know why it's so unbelievably... It's like being on ice. I probably should go to soft tires then. I wonder if I can make the temperatures hotter. Because I don't actually want to be driving around for 3 laps warming up the tires. I want the car to get onto pace as early as possible. I can't even turn. It's very strange. Okay, well the tires are getting a little warmer now. This is still going to be a warm-up run. See how we go. You need the tyres up to temperature. You can't do a proper test if the tyres are not up to temperature. Let's go. Tyres are still not up to temperature. Okay, the tyres are getting there now. Okay, so this is probably going to be our flyer. I'll try to push it still. Okay. Okay, we're going to do one more lap. Okay, let's go. This will be our fastest lap, probably. The conditions are not that great. I think it's just very cold. So you actually probably have to do like 8 laps. This will probably be our final lap. The thing is, we're getting faster all the time. But the thing is, I can't do like 20 laps with all the cars. Then it's going to be like a 2-3 hour video. Okay, so what time are we going to get? 1:35.5. Okay, so the 1:35.5 is the time to beat. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. So we're in the Ferrari. I just got to do this. It's just the stock standard setup. Let's go. I'm going to try and be a lot more cautious leaving the pit lane. So we obviously got to be very careful. So I want to test the Cadillac. I don't own the Alpine. I don't own the Lambo if it's in here. So just got to be very careful with his tires. The tire temperatures are so bad. I can't believe it's this bad in real life. This has got to be over-exaggerated. Because the car doesn't turn at all. I mean, I can't imagine it's this bad in real life. But anyway, here we are. I do like that whiny sound of the Ferrari. I would expect to be a little bit faster in this car because I kind of got used to the conditions and the track with the previous car. So I'd expect to not make any mistakes in this one. So it was a 1:35.5. It's only on about lap 4 or 5 that we actually can drive a car. I can't really say what I think about the car because the car still can't turn. So at least the right front's up to temperature. It just feels a lot more pointier than the other car. But this car does actually sound lovely, I have to say. Let's see how we go. Okay, we broke a little early there. So maybe the tyres are a bit warmer than what I thought. So the tyres are getting better. This car does feel like you're sitting in a cave a little bit. Car feels very stable now. I'm struggling through that section a little bit. Try to push a little bit. Oh, would have also been a 135 if it never went on the grass. It's a very stable car to drive, I must say. I think this is going to be faster if I don't go off in the chicane. Probably was a little bit too cautious there. I think I'll go faster through there if I'm in first. It's going to be a 135. A little bit faster in the Aston. That corner is my nemesis in iRacing, in the GT3s, in Project Motor Racing, in anything, and here as well. I can trail brake all through there on my own without having to worry about, oh, okay, that's not going to be fast time. Okay, so it's about identical lap times, 1:35.5. Okay, just going to stop there. Okay guys, we're back in the BMW. Let me just bring this forward. So we got a 1:35.5 in the Aston and the Ferrari. I don't own the Alpine. I know that there was two cars that came with the hypercar package with Circuit of the Americas. I hate Circuit of the Americas, and because honestly I never anticipated doing the hypercars, I never bought it. I think it's the Alpine. Okay, just remember this is like ice, Stephen. This really is like ice. Ooh, this car sounds nice. It's got a nice hum to it. It doesn't rev. It feels very flat, like it's got no revs to the engine. No, I don't like it. It's like the engine's very flat. I much prefer the sound of the V12. I mean, just on enjoyment driving, I don't think I would enjoy driving this car. The other two cars sound much more exciting. It sounds nice when you downshift, but it doesn't rev. I must say it sounds much nicer downshifting than what it does when you upshift. Whoa, still got no heat in the tires. feels nice when you're trail braking. It's very stable. The engine just feels like there's just no revs in it, though. It's not exciting. Control brake through that whole sequence perfectly. You can hold the brake. It's a very stable car to drive. Get through there really nicely. It jumps the curbs very nicely. The gearing's very short. So this car probably feels the most stable, because I feel like I can even turn down when I can even change down when I'm turning the car and things like that. I feel it's very stable over that bump if you compare it to the other two cars. So I like to go around here in second. It's a very funny corner. You kind of want to spin out a hell of a lot of the time. It just oversteers. I find it's much easier trail braking with this car. The car just feels a lot more stable with the default settings. and over the curves as well. I'm getting down to my normal lap time. That is such a tricky corner. Okay, so we haven't done that before. Okay. So that's something new. I mean, it doesn't feel like we've flat spotted the tyres. Okay, obviously just pushed it a little bit too over the limit there, trying to go through a corner a little bit too fast. Let's do one more lap. Okay, last lap, let's go. Too much. Okay, I've had enough. Okay, it's a 135.7. The other two were 135.5. So I don't think I'm going to do any more, because out of the three cars, I enjoy driving this one the most. I enjoy driving this car the least. So we're actually going to stop this just there. I don't think we will get that other 2/10. When I've tried to go faster, I've lost control. Whereas the other two cars, I made it to 135.5s quite comfortably. Whereas this one, I'm having to now overdrive the car to try and get to that time. So I'm going to leave this one there. It's not a contender. Okay, guys, welcome back. This time we're in the caddy. Just get it to where it's supposed to go. So this car, when I tried this car in Project Motor Racing, it actually surprised me, to be very honest with you. It really surprised me. Okay, let's see how we go. Should this be a little bit further back? There we go. So yeah, so this car was a big surprise when I actually tried it the last time. Let's see how we go. Yeah, so the BMW, I got to 135.7 comfortably. When I tried to get it down to 135.5 and I was pushing it, I lost the car twice. I hope I haven't flat spotted the tyres now. Sorry, I forgot how cold it was. If I flat spot the tyres, I'm going to go back to the pits. Okay, they flat spotted. Okay, let's go back to the pits, return to garage. I was talking and not really concentrating. That's not ideal. Okay, let's go. Let's go back. Okay, pay attention, Stephen. Pay attention. I do like the way the combustion engine kicks in. Okay, I've got to pay a bit more attention. Less talking, more attention. Okay, let's go. Yes, this car sounds like a tank. It sounds like it belongs in a war, not on a racetrack. I can't believe you have to drive this car so slowly in real life. There's no way. If you came out the pits like this with these cold tires, the GT3 cars would smash into the back of you in all the braking zones. I don't want to flat spot the tires. Let's see where we are. Whoa, still. Okay, it looks like we got the two rears up to temperature. This really feels like a tank. Okay, we got our tires. we're going now. I can feel a lot more resistance in my wheel. Why is that corner so hard? It was hard in the BMW as well. Wasn't a problem with the Aston and the Ferrari. Let's see. Did I push it a little too deep here last time? I think I pushed a little bit too deep there. I think I pushed a little too deep there. So every time I hit that inside curve, was I not hitting that with the other two cars? Okay. Okay, so we've got to avoid that curve on the next lap. This car doesn't ride the curbs nicely. The BMW rode the curbs very nicely. It was probably the most stable. So this car, you got to stay off the curbs. I'm going to go back here because I want to get maximum drive out this corner. Why is this car doing this? Okay, let's go. Let's just do 2 laps and then see where we are. That's better, Steven. Yeah, I'm not feeling this car, or this car's not feeling me, one or the two. It's like we have a different plan in the corners. You needed to stay off of that corner. That's it. I'm done. I can't drive this car. That's out of the equation, guys. I'm not even going to try. Welcome back, guys. Okay, so we find ourselves in the Porsche. The Porsches and me generally do not get along in any driving game, but let's give it a go. The Cadillac, there was no point carrying on. I don't enjoy driving the car. It's not the car for me. I don't like the way it handles. I don't like the way it rides the curbs. It's just not the car for me. So let's see the Porsche. Let's see how the Porsche handles. Should I be a little bit further back here? No, let's be forward. Okay. Yeah, that like Cadillac in Project Motor Racing was actually a surprise. I enjoyed driving it actually. In this game, not so much. I actually didn't like driving it at all. I couldn't ride the curbs at all. I didn't feel confident. I didn't like the way it sounds. Cold tire, Steven. Porsches and me never go, but let's be fair, let's give it a go. I have no interest in driving the Toyota, just so you guys are aware. I don't like the car, how it looks in real life. I don't like it. So I'm not going to drive a car that I don't like. So it doesn't matter how good that one handles. It's not going into my test. This car feels fast. This is the first Porsche I've ever driven that I feel like I can drive. Generally, Porsches always feel like they want to kill me. Tires are almost up to temperature. Let's see how we go. This car sounds nice, I must say. This car is actually surprising me. It sounds nice and drives nice. Rides the curbs nicely. That wasn't ideal. Okay, we need to give this car a fair shake. So let's give it another go. Because I like the way this car handles. This is such a mission. Now we're going to go through all the practice laps again. Oh my word, we've got to practice again. I tried to give it carrots around there. Getting too impatient, Stephen. Let's go, Steven. Tyres are nowhere up to temperature yet. Still got to be quite careful. Next lap they should be okay. That's a very tricky corner in this game for some reason. hard to stop this car. Like, I'm braking in the same place that I was with the other cars, but I'm overshooting. Still got to be a bit cautious here. The tyres I don't think are completely up to temperature. This car's not that great on the brakes. Definitely not. Well, I don't think so anyway. Where we are here. Okay, next lap will be the lap. So this will be the lap. You've got to push. I've got a problem with the brakes on this car. Okay, we'll do one more lap. I don't think this car's brakes are as sharp as the others. I don't know if maybe I've just been driving for the last hour and a half or whatever and I'm getting tired, but I don't feel like the brakes are sharp. Let's do one more lap in this car. This is the lap. Same mistake as last time. I had to lift. Definitely not confident with the brakes in this car. At least it doesn't want to crash like the Cadillac did. Let's do one more lap. give it a fair shot, because this will be 136. So can I still find a second in it? Can I find 7/10s? One more chance. Can I find 7/10s? If it's going to come, it's going to come here. I actually broke a lot earlier there because I've got a habit of going very long in that corner. Well, I've got my 7/10s. Damn, I would have had the fastest time, I think. Let's do one more lap, let's just go. I think I would have got my best time in this car. See, the problem is I also did more laps in this car, so you expect me to get faster. On the previous lap I would have probably done my fastest time with this car. Okay, that's pretty much, let's be fair, let's give the Peugeot a go as well. Okay, so we find ourselves here in the Peugeot. This will never be my car of choice. I'm doing this just for shits and giggles and because of the video. But this would not be a car that I would drive. Like the Toyota, I don't like it, but I know I'm never going to drive the Toyota. Let's just see what the Peugeot's like. It sounds flat like the BMW. I have to admit, I don't like driving this car. I don't like the way it sounds. I can't see myself driving this car. Let's just do a lap and see where we get. Whoa! We've got damage on the front end. Yeah, I just don't see myself driving this car. I'm going to end the video there. So, for a summary, my two favorite cars, and there's a reason why I drove the Aston Martin originally, and the reason why I chose the Ferrari second. They are my two main cars. Both of them have got a 135.5. The Aston Martin, I think I could have gone faster, but because I was learning all the braking points on the circuit. So, and I flat spotted my tyres a little bit. I think I could have gone faster than the Aston Martin. The Ferrari, I got to 135.5, easy. I like the way it drives, I like the way it handles, I like the way it sounds. And that sound is very important, because for me, the car's got to sound like a race car. I don't like these electric cars. It doesn't. I like that whine, that electric whine. Okay, so I got to 135.5 in the Aston and the Ferrari. The BMW, I don't like the way it changes up. I like the way it rides the curbs. I like the way it feels on the downshift, and I like the way it trail brakes. It's very stable trail braking. I got to a 135.7 in the BMW. I tried to push it 2 more times, and both times I lost it. Because I obviously had to go faster than what I was comfortable in to go faster than a 135.7. So I couldn't get to a 135.5 with the BMW without risking it. With the Ferrari and the Aston, I could comfortably be at 135.5. The Cadillac's just not for me. It can't ride the curbs at all. I kept losing it on the curbs. And yes, I could probably learn to drive it, but I can already do a 135.5 comfortably in the Ferrari and the Aston. So what's the point in trying to spend hours trying to figure out another car when you're already feeling comfortable in those two? So the Cadillac's gone. The BMW is also gone. I'm not going to. It felt nice, but it was definitely, for me, it was a bit slower. Maybe it's just my driving style, I don't know. But it was definitely slower because I had to push and over push, and I lost it trying to get to 135.5. Whereas with the Ferrari and the Aston, I got there just with my normal driving style, driving comfortably. Not every car is going to support or is going to suit every single everybody's driving style. The Porsche, that's a tricky one. Historically, I don't do well with Porsches. I tend to lose the car quite often for no reason. I'll do 10 laps, which is perfect. On the 11th lap, I'll do the same thing and I'll lose the car. So I've got like a mental block with the Porsches. The Porsche I found was a bit long on the brakes. I had to brake a bit earlier than what I'm used to. With the Aston and the Ferrari, I could brake where I wanted to brake. Now I felt like I had to brake where the Porsche wanted me to brake. It wasn't my normal place. It was just, the brake was a little bit too long for me. Maybe you could fix that with the car setup, but having said that, if I never went wide in the second last corner, I would have got my fastest time with all the cars. But having said that, I've just been saying that I feel like the brakes are like a little bit long in the Porsche, and that I overshot it, which comes back to the braking. I never had any problem with the Ferrari. I never had any problem with the Aston. I could brake exactly how I wanted to. I could drive it through the corners, no hassles. I felt like with the Porsche I had to compensate with the braking. The Cadillac, I just couldn't drive the curbs. The BMW, I was just generally slower. And if I tried to push it to reach the times to match the other two cars, I lost the car. So the Peugeot, honestly, I've never liked it. I just drove it now for shits and giggles. The Toyota, I just don't like the Toyota. I won't drive it. No matter how it drives in the game, just watching it on TV. I just think it's an ugly fucking car. I just don't like it. So the two cars that I will concentrate on will be the Aston and the Ferrari. So next week, I believe, is Fuji. This up until now, I've been driving the Aston. I think I'm going to give the Ferrari a go and see how the Ferrari goes. And if I feel comfortable, I'll ride it for the whole week. Otherwise, if it's giving me grief, I'll go back to the Aston at some point. So anyway, guys, that's my summation with the hypercars. I don't own the Alpine. I think one of these is here. I think one of these is the Alpine. Two new MG. I don't have that. Porsche versus Aston. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Welcome LMGT3. Yes. Yeah, it's this one, the Alpine and the Assetto Franceschi. So this is the one I don't have because I'm not ever going to drive at Kota. I hate the circuit. I can't drive the circuit, and so I don't think I'll be buying. I'm not going to drive the Franchitti whatever. Oh, and Imola. So why two hypercars? I thought so. The Lamborghini and the Peugeot. So why is the Lamborghini not here? I thought I had the Lamborghini. So why is the Lamborghini not here? Why is it not here? How do I get to the Lamborghini? Oh. Why can't no thank you. I thought I had the Lambo, but it's not here. Because I wanted to actually try the Lambo. How do I? Oh. Okay, so let's go back to Imola. So why can't? Where is the Lambo? Have they taken it out the game because Lamborghini's left? I mean, surely if you've bought it, it's still got to be here. Anyway. Okay, anyway. So that's my take, guys. Maybe that helps. Don't know. But I'll be driving the Aston and the Ferrari predominantly. Anyway, thanks, guys. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. I hope it helps. Have a super day.